Hi guys, welcome back to Singing Science Sunday. Today we're going to be talking about one of our main articulators, the tongue. So the tongue is very important because it has a lot of space dedicated to it in both the motor cortex and the sensory cortex in the brain, meaning that not only does it sense temperature and pressure very well, it also is very dexterous, meaning we can move it around very easily. Another cool fact about the tongue is that 50% of its muscles aren't connected to any bone, so they rely on each other to move around. And muscles, being mostly made of water, means it's kind of like there's a big water balloon in your tongue. When we push down on one side or squeeze one side, the water displaces, or the muscles displace, making one side move. And it happens all around to help us make different shapes with our tongue. The main parts of the tongue are the apex at the top, or the pointy bit, and that helps us sense temperature, but it also helps us make sounds like d and t by tapping the hard palate. Behind that, we have the dorsum, or the main body of the tongue. This helps us swallow, but it also helps us make sounds like g and k, and vowels such as r by sitting like this inside the mouth. The last part is right at the back, called the radix. And this attaches all the way down here near the larynx. So as the larynx moves up and down, so does the radix and the rest of the tongue. If you hear the term tongue root tension, we're referring to the radix being tight. And that can create the tongue overall being tight, meaning it's not as dexterous. It can't move around to make the shapes that we need while we're singing or talking. An exercise that can help with tongue root tension is tongue circles. So we purse our lips together and push our tongue into our lips like this, and then draw some circles. When we're doing tongue circles, we want the pressure of the pushing to be constant the entire way around, and we want the time spent in each section to be exactly the same. So we don't want to go really fast on one side and then slow down like this. We want it to be the same the entire way around. The best way to do it is 10 circles one way and 10 back the other way. Then once you get good at that, you can add more and more. This causes the tongue to relax completely and allows us to move the parts we need and strengthen those parts that are used like the d and t and g and k, and the parts that we don't need that are just going to get in the way, we can help them relax. So it's very much in a singer's interest to strengthen the parts of the tongue we need and relax the parts that we don't need. Thanks for coming and watching, guys. I'll see you next week.